Now in the second video, I'm going to get you ready for tomorrow. It says, you've already done this before. It says the initial fee to have a website set up using a server is $48. Write an equation that models the cost. You've already done that before. It costs $44 per month to maintain a website. Find the cost of 5 months. Now, before I go ahead and set up boxes, I'm going to make an XY table up here. Okay? I got 2 units underlined. The X is the time, so X is my months. Okay? That's me putting the word months. And the Y is my money. Now, I start with 0. Now, before they even talk about months, the $44 per month, how much money was paid? $48. Okay? Then after 1 month, you pay $44 more than 48. So I'd take 48 plus 44, 92. I'm going to put 2. Then I pay $44 more the next month, 136. Okay, that's good enough. You get the idea of what's happening. Now, since my Y did not start at 0, it started at 48, I want to make the 3 boxes. Okay, so I'm going to put dollars in months. The time is the X. The money's my Y. So I go per, dollars per month. Now the dollars per month is 44. Okay, so that's your rate of change, 44x. Okay, because every time I'm going up, $44 every 1 month. Now up here, here's what I want you to start doing. Okay, I want you to put 44x plus and then equals y. Now, you know 48 came at the beginning, okay? So before the $44 per month, I know we had, before I started adding 44, I had 48 to begin with. So that's like the B value. Now you write your equation. 48 plus 44x equals y. Now, look down here. You're solving for the money, okay? So money up there is y. Can you put a little parentheses with a y right there? Because y is a money. That means you have to replace the other letter, the x. And x is months. You're going to put 5 for the x. So you're going to replace the x with 5. So you got 48 plus 44 times 5 equals y. And I just need to find out what 48 plus 44 times 5 is. Okay. 48 plus 44 times 5. It's going to be 268. Okay, so money is, I spent $268 after 5 months. Okay, now in my next problem, a sailboat begins a voyage with 150 pounds of food. The amount of food they have declines by 15 pounds per day. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that models the amount of food you have over time. Use your equation to figure when the amount of food you have runs out. That means when is it at 0 pounds, okay? So I'm going to make this little table here, X, Y. Days and pounds are the units, so X is the time unit. Pounds is the Y unit. Okay, so 0. Now, before they even mentioned pounds per day, you had 150 pounds, so you started at 50. Now, after 1 day, you decline by 50 pounds per day, meaning it goes down by 15. So I'm minus 15, that's 135. And then 2, I'm minus 15, that's 120, and that's, you get the idea then of what's happening. Okay, so because my y did not start at 0, I need to make my line, okay, line graph, to help me get my equation. So you got pounds and days. Days is X, pounds is Y, okay? So per, pounds per day. It's always per time unit. Well, what was I doing every time on that table repeatedly? I'm going to be subtracting 15, so it's negative 15x, okay? So that's your slope, negative 15x. In a real-life scenario, you would tell them negative 15 is the slope. Okay, now before you decline 15 pounds per day, you had 150 to start with. So you got 150 plus negative 15x equals y. So I write 150 plus negative 15x equals y. Now, you have to solve for the days, okay? So days up there in the table is x. So I'm solving for the x. That means I need to replace the y with an actual number. And yes, we're actually going to replace it with 0 pounds, so 0. So you're going to replace the y this time. Now you're going to keep the x. So 150 plus negative 15x equals 0. Now I solve for x. X is being multiplied by negative 15, okay? That's a different procedure than when you solve for y like on the last problem. So here's my wall. I got to get the 150 to 0. I would minus 150 and then minus it from 0. So I end up with negative 15 times x, and then I take 0 minus 150. That's negative 150. Then I divide by negative 15. Remember, I'm still going to get a positive because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. 10, okay? 10 days. Okay, my next problem, okay? It says, an electronics store charges a $20 membership fee. They sell used games for $12.99 each. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that models the cost. Use the equation to find the cost of 7 games. Okay, now I don't have a time unit here to help me out, but I know x cannot be the money. The money is reserved for y, and then the x is games. So 0 games, that's the independent variable. Before they talk about games, okay, you had to pay $20. And if you buy 1 game, you paid $12.99 more than 20. 20 plus $12.99 is going to be $32.99. Then I have a 2, and I'm going to add $12.99 again because I just bought another game, $45.98. Okay, so I get an idea there. So you got money and games. Remember, x cannot be money. X has to be the other unit. Money is reserved for y. X has its reservation of time, but y is money. So dollars per game. Now, what was I adding every time to that? I was adding $12.99. So $12.99x, that's my slope. Okay. And then I put 12.99x. Now, at the beginning, before I started adding $12.99, I paid $20. So 20 plus $12.99x equals y. Now, I'm solving for money. Money is y. So I'm solving for y. So if I'm going to solve for y, the x must be replaced. And I'm going to replace x, since x is games, with 7. Okay, so I replace my x with 7. So I have 20 plus 12.99 times 7 equals y. Now, when you're solving for the y is all by itself. You just need to plug that expression into your calculator. 20 plus 12.99 times 7. If you do it all at once, it will multiply first and then add 20. 110.93. Okay, then the last problem. Your family spends $60 on tickets to a show. Parking at a show costs $3 per hour. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that models the cost. Use the equation to find the number of hours you were parked if you paid $80. Okay. So the two units I've highlighted are hours and dollars. Remember, X is the time, that's hours, and then money. Okay, now before they mention hours, $3 per hour, it's the first time they mentioned it, you had to pay $60, okay? And then 1, then you pay 63, 2, 66, and so on. Okay, that can go on forever. So I'm going to need to make my table here because I have a B value of 60. That's where the B comes into effect. So you got money and hours. Hours is that time unit's my X, money's Y. So dollars per hour. Dollars per hour is 3, so 3X. Now before you started adding 3, you had 60 to begin with. Okay, so my equation is 60 plus 3X equals Y. Now I'm solving for the hours. Go look up here. Hours is X. So I put X. Okay, so you have to figure out what the Y equals. Well, Y is money. It's equal to $80. So I replace my Y with 80. And over here I've still got 60 plus 3X. Now I have to get the X by itself though. Okay. So it's multiplied by 3. There's my wall. I got to get the 60 to 0 by minusing it. That's 20. So 3.x equals 20. And then we're going to divide both sides by 3. 20 divided by 3. Okay, I don't want to write that, so instead what I'm going to do is 20 ABC3. And it converts it to a fraction. 20 ABC3, 6 2/3 hours.